You stated men and women are not equal. Can you back that up in hadith and Quran? So I never said men and women are not equal. I said that the laws, I said that the objective of Islam is to bring about justice, not equality. That's what I said. I said the objective of Islam is to bring about justice, not equality, because equality brings injustice. But the question comes to mind then, are men and women equal? I didn't say that they're not equal, nor did I say that they are. But let's discuss it. So, they are equal and they're not equal. From one side they are, in the sense where the sanctity of life for man and woman is the same. A woman's life is just as valuable as a man's life. And the religion didn't make any exceptions here. Which is different to in Europe, I think it was the 12th to the 13th century, they actually gathered the elites of the community and society at the time from different parts of Europe, and they had a big meeting, I believe it was in central France. And the discussion, the debate that they had is the woman even a human being? Does the woman even possess a soul? Is she even human? So from that angle, European tradition, Western tradition, its foundations, it began by placing men and women on different playing fields when it came to the sanctity of their lives, the importance of them, their actual value. In terms of the value of your life and your being as a gender, you and Muslims are the same. In fact, in some places, women are more valuable, it can actually be said, than men. For example, we all know the story of the mother of Mary, the mother of Maryam. She asked, what did she say? The wife of Imran, right? In Surah Ali Imran, she said, "Oh Allah, give me a son." She asked for a son. Why? She wanted to send that son in the path of Allah. She wanted that son to come and bring about khair for the society and the community. She wanted this son. But then when she became pregnant, what happened? When she gave birth to a daughter. And she's like, wow, there's a daughter. She wanted a boy. She wanted a baby boy. She had hopes and dreams of this boy. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gave her a daughter. And one of the lessons that we take from this is that the man and the woman are not the same. The male and the female are not the same. Some situations, the woman is more befitting than the man. Because that woman turned out to be Maryam, who was the greatest woman who ever walked the face of this earth. And her son was Isa, Jesus, from the greatest men who ever walked the face of this earth. And from him we know the kind of khair that came from him. And we also believe that wallahi, if you want to change a generation, then you change it by facilitating a means of progress and success and spiritual and even financial fulfillment, whatever, just basically progress for women. Because the women, no generation comes unless it passes through the women. Each one of you is a queen to her own nation. I should have to deep that for a second. You're a queen to your own nation. If you look years and generations from now, each and every single one of you is going to be the head of each of their nations. So then for us, in that situation, in terms of the progress of society and the progress of community, women are more important and more valuable than men. In that situation, they are more valuable. That's why for us, one of the things that we try to do in terms of our projects, we try to facilitate so much for women. Do as much as we possibly can. Create opportunities for them. But at the end of the day, you are our future. So to answer the question, men and women are equal in terms of the value of their life. But then there are certain situations in which women can become more valuable than even the men. Does that answer the question? Now to answer it from a different perspective. Are men and women equal from the angle of what they have to do in this situation? No. They're not all equal. I mean, men don't have to wear hijab, do they? The women wear hijab. Men have to go out and work. The women don't have to. They can go out there and work, but they don't have to. Does that make sense? Allah, because He created you with a certain psychological, biological construct, He told you, do this, don't do this, because it goes in line with your being. then when he told the man to do this, don't do this, it goes in line with his being. He, the creator who created you, placed this code inside of you. He knows how to put together an instruction manual for you that works best for you, right? So based on that, he told you, do this, don't do this. So in the way you do in the way you carry out and execute and implement the Sharia, it's not always equal, but there's times where it is equal. But if you're talking from the element of the sanctity and the value, then of course it's equal. But at times, the woman is actually more valuable than the men. I hope that answers that particular question.
Brothers and sisters, I need your attention for just 1 minute. Our brothers around the world, they need help. Some of them, if they don't get food and water to drink, they are going to die. And then there's others, like those who are back home, who live on the same streets as us. And if they don't get help in terms of spiritual help, they might lose their faith. Now, both those whose lives are in danger and whose faith are in danger, they both need to be helped. But I want to explain to you the repercussions of not helping both of them. You see, if you don't help those who are suffering when it comes to starvation, at least when they die, they will die Muslims. And all that they will leave, or all that they will lose at the end, is their life of this world. But if you don't help those brothers and sisters who are struggling in terms of their faith, if they die, then they might actually lose their afterlife and potentially be entered into the hellfire for a period of time, if not eternity. For that reason, it's important that we don't neglect these brothers. For that reason, we started up a project called Umrah with the Mandem, where we take brothers and sisters from around the world, specifically the UK, specifically London, and we take them with us. And we set up a program that facilitates for them to change. We also provide them support for when they return. And we always select a handful of brothers who can't afford it themselves. And this time, we have taken on board more people without paying anything than we ever have before. And we are in urgent need of their costs being covered. So if you would like to help facilitate towards someone's life changing, then please go to the link below, inshallah ta'ala, and donate generously. Remember, if they change their life, then you're actually helping them, inshallah ta'ala, be a part of saving their afterlife. And in terms of reward, then any good that they do from this point onwards, if they change because of your donation and you're sincere, then you're going to get all that reward as well. So on the Day of Judgment, you get this mountain of good deeds, prayers, charity, fasts, all this stuff that you've never done. But why did it come your way? Because you facilitated with Allah's permission for someone to make change. And then when he changed, he or she did all of these things. And now that reward is all on your scales on a Day of Judgment. So please, brothers and sisters, be as generous as you can. Go to the link below, donate like crazy. Barakallahu feek. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.